Knicks.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Knicks Radio Network, all the ESPN Radio playoff games, of course, you hear, presented by Gusto. Party like it's 1999, the last time the New York Knicks were in the NBA Finals, as they are 2 games away from getting back there, 2 wins away after a 109-93 victory last night. They're 9th in the row in the postseason over the Cleveland Cavaliers. All right, it's done. Hello, Michelle Smallman, Chris Canty, I'm calling with you. It's done. It is done. The Knicks are going to the finals. Done, done, done. Good morning, everybody. Nobody's arguing with me.
You said the Knicks are going to the finals?
Yeah.
The Knicks are going to win the finals.
Okay.
Now that's just a step you don't cross.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Well, what's going on in the Western Conference with those teams literally limping to the finish line?
Wait, is this the earliest pre-take?
The Knicks are going to win the chip. Did you see what I saw last night?
I saw it too. They look great.
The Knicks are going to win the title.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. Can you imagine a summer in New York City when the Knicks win the chip?
Buckle up.
The Knicks win the chip.
After the longest
Bobblehead Brunson coming through.
I really, for him, I would love to see Jalen Brunson be the guy to do it for the Knicks.
There's just no good answers to stop him. There just aren't. The Cavs did everything they could. We said they need to send more double teams at him. Well, guess what? They did that last night.
Yeah.
They sent a ton of double teams at Jalen Brunson. Guess what? It didn't matter. The dude set a playoff career high with 14 assists. 6 of those 14 assists came off of double teams from the Cavs. He was killing them, Smalls. He had 2 points at halftime, and he finished with 19 points. This dude in the second half scored or assisted on 39 of the 56 Knicks points in the half. That was outstanding by Jalen Brunson. He can give it to you any way you want it. He can do it with being the catalyst and scoring the basketball at a high clip, or he can distribute and get others involved. And last night was a game where he did the latter and the others made shots. So kudos to them. Last night, in my mind, will forever and always be the Josh Hart game.
Absolutely.
I thought he was outstanding in terms of having the mental toughness to bounce back from an abysmal Game 1 performance, to start off 0-3 from three-point land and to finish 5 of 11. He had 2 huge threes at the end of the second quarter that let the Knicks finish with a lead at halftime. He had 2 huge threes that capped an 18-0 run midway through the third quarter, and at that point, it was game, set, match. Josh Hart was absolutely phenomenal. Pretty much everybody in the starting lineup for the Knicks played really well last night. But to me, Josh Hart is the one that stands out. No pun intended. His heart embodies everything that this team wants to be about.
Yeah, I felt like the Cavs were saying, we're not going to let Jalen Brunson beat us. And Josh Hart was like, okay, I will.
Hand raised.
Tap me in. I got you. But you're ready to go there already, CC?
Yeah. I'm ready to go there.
Even though I know injuries are obviously the big storyline coming out of the West, but even though San Antonio's banged up, you're ready to do that if Wemby advances. You're ready to do that if the depth of Oklahoma City and Shea advance.
Well, do the Oklahoma City Thunder have depth? We don't know what's going to happen with J-Dub. We don't know what's going to happen with A.J. Mitchell. Do they have depth? I mean, until I see one of the other point guards from the San Antonio Spurs on the court, alive and well and contributing to their team, I'm not going to believe it. So, those other 2 teams are killing themselves in the Western Conference Finals. That's going to be a long series, and we could be talking about the Knicks having this thing wrapped up by next Tuesday.
109-93. It got close for a second late, and then OG Anunoby hit a big 3 to put it back to double digits. But this is not a series. This is not I'm sorry. The way in which the Knicks are playing right now, and we bring up Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is so damn good, and I have been so wrong about him. I personally said, he's not the best player in the team OG Anunoby is. I'm wrong. I'm dead wrong. OG Anunoby is the best two-way player. I hate that term on the team. But Jalen Brunson is so phenomenal at what he does. Last night was one of my favorite Jalen Brunson games I've seen. And you may sit there and say, what? 7 of 16 from the floor? CC mentioned 2 points in the first half. It doesn't matter. One of my favorite NBA games I've ever seen from a player is Kobe Bryant's one of his worst games. He was 6 of 24 in 2010 NBA Finals. Didn't have it. And you know what he did for the Lakers? I got to do something else. Grab, I think, 15 rebounds. When you are a superstar player and you don't have your shot going, you figure out something else to do. What Jalen Brunson figured out last night is, I'm going to go get my roommate, the roommate's pod. I'm going to get him points. 14 assists. That's what you do when you're a superstar. So all of the terrible takes that I personally have had about you can't have a guy like Jalen Brunson as the best player on your team win a championship. You can't have someone of his size win a championship. You can't have someone that is not a great defender win a championship as your best player. I have been dead wrong about Jalen Brunson. Egg on my face. He looks awesome out there. And I apologize, Jalen Brunson, because you are unbelievable in what you've done. Unbelievable. And this is no longer a series. I'm sorry. The Knicks are kicking their butt.
So the fans at MSG had it right at the end of the game.
Knicks in four. Knicks in four. Knicks in four.
They had it right.
I'm so we'll get to the Cavs point. I'm so disappointed in the Cavs right now. I'm sorry. Like
You're disgusted.
You are.
I'm looking
You're
at
scrunching
your
your
face.
face.
My goodness.
I'm a face
All
scruncher
three
today.
of your chins are balled up. Like, what is going on?
You're appalled.
Right?
What kind of comment is that? How many,
It's true.
5 minutes in.
I'm
you're
sitting
going
there looking
I have
at
a
him.
third chin now?
What are we doing here?
Thank you, Wendy. Let's hear from Josh Hart. Sacrificing for the greater good, as he's always done his entire career. There may not be a bigger winner that's never won anything than Josh Hart. Let's take a listen to him postgame.
We don't really care who gets the shine, the shots, the minutes, those kind of things. We're focused on winning. And I think everyone is willing to sacrifice their own personal agendas or performance for the betterment of the team. And when you have a group of guys that do that, sky's the limit. And I think sometimes it's human nature to think about your own individual performances. And I think if we do that at all, we have enough camaraderie to hold each other accountable. So I think that's the biggest thing with us is we're willing to sacrifice and we're able to hold each other accountable.
Yeah, I got to disagree with Josh Hart. Not everyone's that way. You're that way. Josh Hart's that way.
This team is that way.
This team is that way. And I can't help but think, in listening to what he said, after being benched in game one, he didn't like it, but he's willing to do whatever it takes to win. Last night during the game, Karl Anthony Towns said it's Hart's willingness to sacrifice that makes him so special to us, meaning the Knicks team. Hearing what he had to say, Josh Hart being a post-game, he called himself a servant to his teammates, to that locker room. I can't help but go to the place of think about the bet that Leon Rose made on the Villanova culture and importing that. They had Jalen Brunson, getting Josh Hart, making the move to bring over Mikal Bridges. Three of the key ingredients that Jay Wright was working with when that team was contending for titles. And I know Stephen A. always talks about the hefty price that the Knicks paid in order to bring over Bridges, who I thought was great last night. And maybe it wasn't just an investment in the player. Maybe it was an investment in the culture of the team. Having that element in your locker room, listening to what they're saying, I mean, it's a culture that the Knicks haven't had in that building for a really long time. And now they are on the doorstep of getting back to the NBA Finals for the first time in a quarter century.
No doubt. And, somebody said something to me once that I thought initially. A friend of mine said, oh, so-and-so is a really great follower. And I was like, why are you calling them that? That's so rude. And he looks at me and he goes, why would that be rude? He goes, great followers, if you have great leaders, are really important to team building and winning.
Critical.
Mikal Bridges may not be the leader of the team, but you know what he is?